health, fitness, and highly motivated family. I greet you all the ladies in my life, all my moms, my aunties, my friends, and my followers, both physically and virtually. I hope everything is well with you, this life well taking care of you, and you are also well taking care of this life. As usual, I'm bringing you a combo of fitness and motivational video, and today's fitness video is from Growinghannanas. The title of the video I'm following is 40 minutes sweat strength workout with weight full body. I encourage you all, especially all women out there, to take the time and make the time to take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. Your body by doing some kind of exercise, heat, workout, like in most of my videos, because that is my cup of tea. Swimming, walking, dancing, or carrying weight all depends on you and the time you decide to make for the activity of your choosing. Take care of your mind by ensuring it is fed and exposed to things, ideas, and thoughts that are not only empowering, creative, and positive to yourself, but also to the people around you. Lastly, make time to take care of your spirit and soul by meditating and being grateful for the source of all lives, the creator and mother nature that decided to wake you up again today. And by becoming more and more grateful for the things of the past, those of the present, and those coming up in the close or later future. As usual, I share the link to the sport video so that with a click of a button, you may, should, and must go to exercise for yourself. But hold on now, wait a moment and listen to the entire motivational message of this week. Today's motivational gut-wrenching message is entitled, Society Strives or Grows on Women's Ignorance. This is a motivational message. Call it a rant if you want, or an enough is enough call or shout out for women to wake up from their slumber. This is a motivational message. Call it a rant or an enough is enough call or shout out for women to wake up from their slumber. I'll repeat here, my channel is about women, women's growth, women taking care of themselves, women educating themselves and their children, and women growing intellectually, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially, not only for and by themselves, but also for their children. This channel is even more so done to and for women wanting and striving to become full participants in the growth and development of their communities. It is for women who inspire and work hard to bring positive changes and positive impacts in their communities and the societies within which they will live and dwell on. If you identify with a woman who is fed up with the lies we receive in our tradition, our religion, and the school education, and you are now this woman who is finding her way back to herself, her true nature, and her real identity, then this channel is yours to be a full part of. I know the title alone might not be for the weak at heart, but the truth is women are still not birthed today to be weak, to be gentle, and to be the naive gender. Because if the universe, God, Mother Nature, Kemet, the ancestors, the high being, Buddha, Krishna, or whatever you call it, and believe in, made us the carrier of life, the spiritual gatekeeper for generations to come, it certainly shows that we were never meant to be sheltered, but rather we were created to be the main carrier, the main house. We are the shelter itself of everything from the spiritual ground into reality. And this woman is not a job for the weak. Even with all the scientific innovation in 2023, we are still the only one capable of doing and being womb man, the house within which everything grows and is nurtured, and the only door through which spirituality meets and become reality. Now let's go back to the topic. Society strives or grows on women's ignorance. I will first start by detailing the topic here. Society represents the family, the community, the nation, groups and companies within which women are being taken as second-grade level citizens, as the unreliable participant, the only participant everyone can get rid of, or whenever it doesn't comply with the rules of the game. Rules of a game they didn't even participate in creating and making as women. As the being with no real value except for the value of doing and being what it is told to do and be. When in every other species, except for humans, the female gender is more than just life carriers and home and housekeepers, with the main goal of continuing to caress and boost the male ego. Today, women are still raised, highly trained, and highly gaslighted from both genders to believe that if you are not someone's property, as in somebody's wife, or someone's mother, your entire life and whatever you might have achieved will be useless. In 2023, women, we should know better. And when we do not know, we should aspire to know and go and find out the truth, because some of us, I included, fell and are still falling for the lies we were told and are now looking back only to discover we left who we were or who we are, our true identity, way behind in this journey of fitting within the boxes of tradition, religion, and school education. The ignorance I'm talking about here is more than the education of reading, writing, understanding, and expressing oneself and being successful on certain topics. But rather, I am pointing out at the fact that women can and are highly trained to be aware of everything else except for the topic of who we are as women, except for the topic of women's emotions, except for the topic of women's spirituality, women's place, women's health, women's wealth, women's strength, position, and women's healing processes in society. With the ignorance that society profits from. For the lesser women know who they are and the responsibilities they have, the more society can go and do whatever it wishes to go and do at the detriment of nature, families, children, countries, and all gender combined. Women, look around. What is going on? What is going wrong? Are we still going to have the place in the next 100 years? Is life still going to strive in the way society is going if we just continue to put our head in the sand, expecting, fasting, and praying on our stomach that this will just go away on its own? If this doesn't mean a thing to you, if the way things are going does not call you out, then maybe this is not for you. But the truth of the matter is this should all be our concern as women. And before we can do and bring things, anything, and bring any kind of positive impact, we should learn about ourselves. Because of women's ignorance when it comes to our emotional and physical health, women are being abused emotionally and physically all over the world. Women are allowing abuse to even occur on themselves and around themselves, to their children and close relatives. Because of this emotional, physical, and financial health ignorance, when knowledge, help, and communities are out there to help you, to protect you, to save you, and even to grow you, women remain and are gaslighted to keep still in their slumber, believing the grass has the same kind of green shade everywhere. Why go somewhere else that could end up being even more dangerous? When in fact, until you have found the kind of green shade you want, where you feel safe, within which you can evolve and grow, women, we should not stop looking, learning, and planning to get to that green shade or even to build that green shade on our own. Simply because of financial saving, investment, and wealth ignorance, women around the world are powerless, they are voiceless, they are invisible, made to believe as invisible when it comes to every other decisions except for what they are told to do, such as bear children, keep the home clean, bring good home cooked meals on the table, well displayed please, and of course to keep the bed warm. Women are coerced into staying in marriages with no life within, coerced to endure physical, emotional, and financial abuses because, after all, what makes a strong woman strong, if not for all the things she had to endure? Women are coerced into accepting all the leftovers, part-time jobs, no real-life change careers and education because after all, a woman's salary should never be too high, or the male ego of her partner and all the male gender in her family and community will be set on fire and burned to ashes. A woman's skill should not be too high, too learned, too meticulous, too specialized, too exceptional, or she will have to bear name calling such as too manly, being disrespectful, too authoritative, too much for her kind. For after all, if a woman can lead, then she's no more a woman, Abby. And of course, because of women's ignorance about who they are as an emotional, physical, and spiritual being, you see women around the world botching, cutting themselves, bleaching their skin, shape-shifting with the use and overuse of every kind and all kind, especially the new kind of chemical, surgical, cosmetics, and operations and interventions with no thorough study about the consequences in the years to come. And this is done only to make sure they fit in whatever is in. When it comes to staying and looking youthful, beautiful, fit looking, with the best of an ever-changing body shape, among others. That will brush and appeal to the main ego and of course set them or set her apart from other women. Because after all, what makes a woman if not for being chosen as the main prize among others? Women, society will not teach you what does not benefit it. Society will not train you in what will grow and go against it. If women's ignorance about themselves is what supports society, training women to know about themselves goes against society. And unfortunately, even in 2023, women are the main lead in leading women astray. Because if they start to question themselves, their choices, or their lack of real positions and real places in society, it will scatter the identity they have worked so hard to identify as. These women know deep down that they had to swallow, accept, comply to, and cover too much that they will never bear to face this truth. Left alone, share it and teach other women otherwise, even to the detriment of their own children. The media are coercing women to be and become everything else except for being women. Looking this, doing that, avoiding this, enjoying that, exposing this, undervaluing this and that, and even changing our name as women. I mean, the way this is going, if you are not worried for yourselves and your children, I wonder. Women, we need to educate ourselves about ourselves and learn from women who have been able to break out of the boxes of what society defines as women today. Learn from women who stood and stand on their own, who have brought positive impacts on women's image, who have affected women's mind, and who have shown us that beyond everything, a woman is a soul and full entity with its own or with her own identity, her own value, and best of all, with her own responsibilities regarding the various societies I defined earlier. So family, companies, countries, communities, groups, I mean everything that is related to the world we are part of. Learn from women within your society and even beyond your geographical location. Learn everything you can and remember, everyone has their own journey. No one's journey is supposed to look, feel, and be exactly like another. Take what is useful and leave the rest. How many of us study from women of impact? How many of us today read from women of impact? And how many of us learn from those women? Until women start to raise their awareness about themselves, this world is going to go dark and darker because we are meant to protect and shelter it. Until women take their responsibilities towards these societies, even going against society to save it, this world will have no future. Remember, society strives or grows on women's ignorance because until now, women are deciding to remain in the dark and shifting their responsibilities to the next generations of women. I would say to women, as a woman myself, that our knowledge about our mental, physical, and spiritual wealth, our awareness of generational wealth, and our practice of those principles that we are going to learn about those subjects should be of the utmost priority. Our physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial well-being, and also learning about boundaries are priorities we must all invest ourselves fully in to strive and protect the societies we are living in. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, and sharing my video. Until seeing you in another video, let me know how this message was of value to you, because my wish is about helping a woman out there, starting with me, and maybe through my changes, my learning, my evolving, and my practicing of what I preach, will other women also start to be more intentional when it comes to their life's choices. Thank you for watching, and please take care of yourself. Bye!